Traffic regulations. In this chapter, you are going to learn about some of the basic rules for driving as well as the terms that are used to define different maneuvers on the road. On the road, you must obey to traffic rules and signs, traffic lights, lane markings, and police instructions. Traffic laws apply to all streets and roads, bicycle paths and pavements, squares, bridges and tunnels, no matter whether these places are public or private. Cars may normally run only on the parts of the road intended for the cars and motorbikes. Traffic rules also apply to this part of the road. If you want to turn left, you have to allow tractor to pass because you have to give way duty and the turn hand rule applies. This car is improperly parked. Yellow lane stripes are used to temporarily control, for example, a roadwork. You must follow them instead of the white lane markings. In this situation, pay attention to the yellow marking, not the white one. You must also comply with police instructions even when road signs, lane stripes, and traffic signals indicate something else. In some situations, traffic may be regulated by others who are authorized to do so, as military police or civil service officers. If you can see the officer's back or chest as given in the picture, you should stop. This position of a policeman equals red light. When you are driving in the direction along the officer's arm, i.e. when the police officer is facing you sideways, you have the right of way. The position of a policeman equals green light. Policeman's arm up means stop for all at the crossroad. Traffic is prohibited in one direction. Traffic is prohibited in both directions. One-way traffic. Motor vehicles prohibited. Plates below signs state that the main traffic sign only applies to particular types of vehicles and side roads. Hazardous materials prohibited. B category driving license enables you to drive the following types of vehicles. 1. A passenger car and semi-trailer of maximum weight of up to 3,500 kilograms with maximum 8 passengers besides a driver. 2. A vehicle with a trailer which maximum weight cannot exceed 750 kilograms. 3. A vehicle with a trailer which maximum weight cannot exceed 750 kilograms if total weight of both a vehicle and a trailer does not exceed 3,500 kilograms. 4. Three-wheel motorcycles, three-wheel cars, tractors, motor cultivators and scooters. safe and smooth traffic flow. You must learn the traffic rules for safe and smooth traffic flow and have an understanding for other traffic participants. You have to show consideration for persons who just stand beside the road or work on it. You have to be especially careful when it comes to children, school patrols, regulating traffic, elderly and the disabled. Some persons physically or mentally disabled are not easy to notice. In this situation, the pedestrian is walking among the cars for a long time, but you must not use the horn. You have to reduce speed and make proper distance from the pedestrian. You must never drive in such a way that you are a danger to others or yourself. A driver is an inconvenience to others if he drives in such a way that does not mean an immediate threat, but he gets in the way of other drivers and forces them to slow down, speed up, move to one side of the road, or hold back. In certain maneuvers, such as starting from the curb, changing lanes, or sudden braking, you cannot always avoid being an inconvenience to others, and that is pretty normal behavior. But you should make sure that the maneuver does not cause more severe inconvenience than it is necessary. If you are driving parallel with others in rush hour, you are allowed to be an inconvenience, but never a danger or unnecessary inconvenience. Be cautious, especially when turning left or right, making a U-turn, entering or exiting a roundabout. When moving off and turning, you have to turn on the indicator. Also, you have to indicate when changing lanes, as well as changing positions on the road and when entering and exiting the highway. You should turn right indicator on when approaching the roundabout. When taking the first exit, indicate to the right. If you exit roundabout at the last side road, you should indicate to the left. When leaving a roundabout after the first side road, start indicating right out of the middle of the side road before the exit you want to use. When stopping or sudden slowing down, give signals with the stoplights. When there is an immediate danger or traffic jam, hazard warning lights are used on motorways. You have to turn indicator on before performing an intended maneuver so it is clearly visible to other traffic participants. As soon as you complete your maneuver, turn the indicator off. During the daytime, you have to use the low beam. Depending on situation, you should use the front fog lights. At night or when reduced visibility, you have to use low beams at least. You must always give way to a group of children followed by an adult, nursery school teacher or school teacher, a line of soldiers, and alike. Always make enough room for emergency vehicles.
Although you have a green light, you have to wait for the ambulance to pass by. That's why it's always important to look both to the left and to the right at an intersection, although you have a green light.
Do not drive too close to the place near car accident since you may be in the way to an emergency vehicle. A car must not be more than 2.55 meters in width and 12 meters in length or 4 meters in height, loaded or unloaded. Its weight, together with passengers and luggage, must not exceed the permitted weight specified in the car registration documents. Passengers and goods should be placed in the car in such a way that you have a clear view and enough free space to steer properly. There must not be more passengers in the car than allowed. Driver and the passengers must use seat belts. For children aged 3 to 6, you should replace seat belts and use child seats or other approved safety equipment suitable for the child's height and weight. Children under 3 years, up to 135 centimeters tall, must use child seats instead of seat belts or other certified safety equipment that fits child's head and weight. There must not be more passengers in the car than seat belts. It is the driver's responsibility to make sure that the passengers under 15 use seat belts or other safety equipment. The setting of the headrest must be adjusted to the individual user. Load on the vehicle must not cover indicators, lights, or the license plate. It should be stored so it cannot slip or fall onto the road. Goods must not make excessive noise or hazard traffic safety. It is important to put most goods at the bottom or front of the car. In cases in which load covers one or more required lights and reflectors, an extra set of lights must be placed in front of the load. If the car's license plate is covered, use the third plate, which should be located so that it can be easily visible. If the third license plate is used at night, it must be lit up with license plate lamps. Goods that protrude more than 1 meter over the car front or rear section or more than 15 centimeters over the sides must be marked with a cloth or in some other obvious way. In commercial transport, goods must be marked with a white cylinder that is 30 centimeters high and 10 centimeters in diameter. The cylinder must be equipped with 2 red reflective tapes. During lighting time, a white cylinder must also be placed on vehicles for private purposes, and goods have to be marked with a white light in the front and the red light from behind. Special rules must be obeyed when carrying out commercial transport. If you drop or spill something on the road and it endangers the traffic safety, you should remove it immediately. If that is not possible, you have to mark the place in order to warn other drivers. It is permitted to attach only one trailer to the car. If your vehicle stops unexpectedly in a place where stopping or parking is prohibited, you must move as soon as possible. If it stops on a motorway, you should move it completely away from the road. If a stopped car endangers traffic, you have to put an approved warning triangle at least 50 meters before the car on an ordinary road and at least 100 meters before the car on a motorway. In these situations, it is necessary to use hazard lights. When unexpected queues or other danger appears on motorways and roads outside built-up areas, use hazard warning lights to draw attention to other road users. Hazard warning lights should be used only in these situations. It is permitted to tow a wrecked car, tractor or other motor vehicle, but only under certain conditions. You must do it with a strong rope, towing bar or something similar, and you should keep the distance between the vehicles at a maximum of 4 meters. If the distance is over 2 meters, the rope must be clearly marked. The towed vehicle must be driven by a person with a driving license. Maximum speed for towing is 30 kilometers per hour. Towing is prohibited if the towed vehicle's brakes or steering mechanism are not working properly. In that case, you must contact an authorized towing service. When a traffic accident happens, you must do the following. Remove the damaged vehicle when it endangers traffic. You must turn off the engine of the damaged vehicle, and if there is possibility of fuel leakage, be cautious and do not use matches or a pocket lighter. Stay away from the crashed vehicle when there is a danger of leakage of dangerous liquids or gas. A vehicle carrying dangerous goods is marked with an orange sign. In a traffic accident, first aid course will train you to help and save injured people's lives. If there are injured persons, first of all assess the severity of the injury. If the injuries are severe, call the emergency to inform them about the accident, number of injured people, and whether their lives are endangered. If they are not breathing, heart has stopped beating, or they are bleeding a lot. Also inform them about possible further danger such as fire, explosion, hazardous terrain, etc. You must mark the scene of the accident and draw attention to other traffic participants. If necessary, stop traffic or divert it. If a driver causes damage in a traffic accident to a road sign, lane or bicycle path, marking or traffic light, it is necessary to inform the police. Police should be informed in case the driver cannot repair the damage himself. If you are involved in a traffic accident, being your fault or not, you must stop immediately and help the injured. If asked, exchange important information with all involved parties, such as name and address. If some persons are severely injured or somebody has died, do not move away nor remove any evidence from the accident scene. Move the vehicles away if they endanger traffic safety. It is necessary to inform the police about the damage and the injured. The car owner or user is obliged to cover all possible costs made by the third-party insurance. It is illegal to allow a person without a valid driving license to drive a vehicle.
Checkpoint. Take a pencil and a piece of paper. Traffic is regulated by a police officer. What does this arm signal mean? I may continue straight ahead through the intersection. I may turn left in the intersection. I may turn right in the intersection. I have to stop and wait for the policeman's signal.
Policeman's arm up means stop for all at the crossroads.